Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
It was a split-second decision that drew questions, and now Warren police are showing us their efforts to save a baby who wasn't breathing. That story tops our news here at 5 o'clock. Thanks for being with us. I'm Kimberly Gill.
I'm Karen Drew in for Devin Skillion tonight. Warren's police commissioner says his officers did the right thing when they drove the baby 2 miles up to Quinder to the hospital instead of waiting for EMS. Our Sean Lay was the first to bring you the controversy surrounding this move yesterday. Sean, the department is responding today.
They are. Let's start with this. Who's not responding? Warren Fire and EMS. We've been asking them if they want to talk publicly about their concerns here. So far, no response. Yesterday, sources within the department made it clear they want police to wait for medics in situations like this. Today, Warren's police commissioner, in response, put out body camera footage showing just how hard those officers worked to try to save the baby, saying they did make the right call.
Is he okay? Where's fire? Where's fire?
This is Warren Police body camera video, and it is intense. Saturday, Warren Police get to a 4-month-old girl not breathing. They immediately start doing CPR, and in seconds, those officers make this judgment call.
Where are we going? Where are you going? We're going Open General. Come on. Come on.
Those officers continued chest compressions while speeding to the hospital. It may have already been too late for the baby. The officers did everything they could to try to save her. Warren Police Commissioner Bill Dwyer says his officers are heroes after sources within Warren Fire and EMS told Local 4 they wanted those officers to continue with CPR until medics arrived at the scene, so medics could try to save the baby at the home and in the ambulance on the way to the hospital. Sources also said speeding in the squad car with the baby was dangerous. They wanted that baby in an ambulance.
Go, go, go.
Dwyer says his officers got the baby to the ER about the same time the ambulance would be arriving to the home where the baby was transported from. And he does not like the second guessing of his officers.
It's really a partnership with police and fire, and we're going to mend any problems we have currently with the fire department.
The baby's death remains under investigation. Now, police and fire, they'll meet tomorrow to iron out any concerns that EMS may have with police transporting in their cars. But Commissioner Dwyer says they'll continue that practice. They'll continue to make those calls and take people that need help. And if they think they can get the help to the hospital faster, Karen and Kimberly, they'll do it in a police car. Back to you.
Sean, so many questions about this case. After you started digging, did you find out were any policies violated here?
Yeah, police say no policies were violated on their end. We checked with the state, and the state only covers licensed transport vehicles, like an ambulance, not a police car, so no violations with the state either.
All right. Thank you, Sean. We appreciate it.
We are following developments out of New York as former President Donald Trump faces possible criminal charges. The next scheduled grand jury date is tomorrow, and sources say that may be the earliest we can learn what comes next. But authorities in New York are getting prepared. You're looking live at the courthouse in Manhattan, where metal barriers have gone up. Jay Gray is there with the very latest.
Hey there. Good evening, Kimberly. Good evening, Karen. The circumstances, the situation here, unique. Never has a president or ex-president been indicted on a crime, and that is what hangs in the balance here right now.
To come up here and see what's going on.
The possibility of history on hold right now as the circus grows outside the district attorney's office in New York. The ringmasters, former president and current Republican candidate Donald Trump, and New York DA Alvin Bragg, a Democrat, locked in a legal tug-of-war over allegations campaign funds were used to reimburse former Trump attorney and fixer Michael Cohen, who says he paid adult film star Stormy Daniels $130,000 to keep quiet about an affair she had with Trump in 2006.
They got to find somebody to lie.
To this point, the arrest that former President Trump predicted on social media has not materialized. The protest he's called for,
you know, Trump innocent on that, you heard?
Bringing less than a dozen supporters to Lower Manhattan with proceedings at a standstill.
The grand jury apparently sits Mondays and Wednesdays. So if there was not an indictment yesterday, which by all accounts is the case, you know, one really has to think it's going to be tomorrow.
Security remains on high alert. Barricades, extra officers, and surveillance cameras in place ahead of any action in or reaction to a high-profile case.
There are at least 4 other investigations into allegations against former President Trump ongoing across the country right now. In New York, Jay Gray, Local 4.
All right, thank you, Jay. And if this happens, it's not expected to be a quick process. President Trump would need to fly to New York. Right now, he's at his home in Florida. A judge gives the final sign-off on a historic settlement for people impacted by the Flint water crisis.
A Genesee County judge granted the formal approval. The state will pay $600 million. And Flint will pay $20 million. It is the largest civil settlement in state history. 80% will go to children. 18% will go to adults and property damage. The rest will be spent on special education services in the city of Flint. Another delay today for a plan to build out the area around Little Caesars Arena.
Detroit's city council pushed back a vote to give hundreds of millions of dollars in incentives to the Illage organization and the developers for District Detroit. Rod Maloney was at today's hearing. Rod, community groups say they want more from this deal.
No doubt about it. Now, you know, the common thing in modern big development in major cities comes with big developers with big projects, in this case, $1.5 billion, looking for incentives and tax credits in order to make it worth their while. Well, Detroit residents are saying, hey, billionaires don't need all of this help. And so they're saying, we need more if you're going to pass this.
The District Detroit is not a good deal.
Resident Greg Hall lined up with dozens of other Detroiters telling the city council everything they hear about the District Detroit development is not working for them.
And there's nothing guaranteed.
Henry Street in Detroit would get transformed along with much of the neighborhood. New commercial buildings going in, more affordable housing and businesses, and the U of M Innovation Center. And $1.5 billion expended to make District Detroit something more along the lines of the original promise made so long ago. The Illich organization donating 4 acres, billionaire Detroit native Stephen Ross pitching in $100 million to the U of M. But residents like Reverend Rosalind Bouillet say,
giving away too much and getting too less for the residents of the city of Detroit. That's what I'm angry about. I'm angry at the fact that the development is displacing households who are in need of affordable housing.
Olympia Development President Keith Bradford says they've spent 2 years negotiating a very generous community development package.
The fact is, this is a performance-based incentive. If we don't build it, the incentives don't happen. $0, let me repeat that, $0 come from the general fund of the city. And once these projects are complete, $21 million a year go into the general fund.
Detroit City Council President Mary Sheffield told Local 4,
I see this as an opportunity for us to get the best deal that we can to ensure that post-construction, that the 6,000 proposed jobs go to Detroiters, that there's equity, that there's ownership for Detroit-based businesses.
So they pushed the vote to next week, where Olympia will give a presentation that they wanted to give today. But one of the things that we keep hearing is that in other community benefits agreements that have been negotiated, there have been a lot of promises made that don't necessarily get kept. They want to see hard and solid guarantees to make sure Detroiters actually benefit from this program. Back to you.
And you can understand why. Rod, I'm wondering if it passes, just how much of that neighborhood would change?
Well, we're looking at 6 brand spanking new buildings. The U of M Innovation Center will be a major sort of anchor in that neighborhood. They also intend to renovate 4 other buildings. So they're going to have to sort this out. Residents are saying, we don't want you nipping at the edges. We want to see major changes. So we'll have to see what happens between now and next week.
Residents very, very passionate about it, too. Okay, Rod, we appreciate it.
Well, a deal has been reached over control of the Van Gogh painting featured in the DIA exhibit that just wrapped up. The battle over ownership of the painting, called The Novel Reader, has been settled. The terms of that settlement are confidential, so we don't know which side will keep the painting. The work was part of the Van Gogh in America exhibition that brought 74 of the artist's paintings to the DIA. All right, Spartans getting ready to head to the Big Apple.
That's right. Today we heard from MSU men's basketball coach Tom Izzo as the team prepares to take on Kansas State, Sweet 16. Bernie's here with a look ahead, headed to Madison Square Garden.
I am.
You are? They are? Yeah. They are too.
We're excited.
Yeah, you're going.
A Greyhound will be here any moment to pick me up. Spartans, Kansas State, Thursday night at Madison Square Garden. Tom Izzo has dried off. He will be there. We've got highlights of Izzo. And after the Spartans beat Marquette on Sunday, he got that shower he desperately needed from his team. Now it's the challenge of the NCAAs, but Izzo gets all philosophical about the road the Spartans are traveling.
You know, in life, the journey you go through, you better learn from the positives and the negatives of the journey. and figure out how to deal with them and how to excel. And I think this team has done a damn good job of that.
All right, he spoke today, so you'll hear much more from Tom Izzo coming up. Tip-off, 6:30 on Thursday night, and the Spartans are favored by 2.
Okay.
All right, exciting.
Yeah.
And as we said, Bernie is heading to New York City to cover all of the action. You can see his live reports starting Thursday here on Local 4 and streaming live on Local 4 Plus. And you said the Greyhound is on its way to pick you up.
Pack your bags.
Let's see a little bit, Bernie.
We've got much more ahead here tonight at 5.